Fit in 10 Nation is day 38 of the Fit in 10 Challenge. And this coming weekend, I am going to be away. I am still going to run class on the Saturday. Well, I will not be running it. I'm going to have a substitute come in. I will tell you guys exactly what we're going to do for upper body beforehand, so you have an idea of what to expect. Still come out to the class. It's still going to be highly valuable. And it will run at the same time. It will be at 10:15 this coming Saturday, May 25th. And I apologize because I was going to do the Costco run on the 26th. And now is going to be pushed to the following weekend, which I promise you it's going to happen. Okay? So the following Sunday we will run that. What day is that going to be? That is going to be the 1st of June? No, the 2nd of June. So the 2nd of June, we're going to run to Costco. Do a Costco run. I'm going to explain to you what you should eat and what you shouldn't, and how life can be so much better if you just shop at Costco. All right. Okay, let's talk about, I think I mentioned to you yesterday that I was going to talk to you guys today about weight training versus working out. All right, weight training versus cardio. All right, so which is more valuable? Okay, here's the analogy. In a roundabout way, because I'm still going to emphasize, especially if you have a lot of body fat, that you should do some cardio. But I'm going to say this. Cardio versus weight training is kind of like, the analogy is like, so cardio would be like working at McDonald's under the table. Okay, you can basically walk right in, get paid immediately, but you're not getting paid very much, and thinking that you're going to make a great living. And then weight training would be more like, you're going to work in, I don't know, let's say some sort of profession, which doesn't take very long, so an apprenticeship. Okay, and you're going to be guaranteed ownership in this apprenticeship type company. Let's say it's plumbing, and you're going to make a good living pretty soon. Okay, that's sort of the analogy. Okay, you're not going to get a whole lot of return working at McDonald's, but you are going to get a whole lot more return from earning this apprenticeship, starting to work right away. And then eventually you're going to build some momentum and some leverage by getting some ownership in the plumbing company, okay? So let me explain this a bit more. When you are doing cardio, you are just burning energy. There's nothing more. You are just burning energy. And if you're doing the same cardio at the same intensity over and over again, in theory, your body will expend less and less energy to do that same task. It's just, that's what your body does. It will adapt to what you're giving it, and it will become more energy efficient at doing that task. Okay? So, it's like making that same wage at McDonald's, but, over time there's inflation, so in fact you're making less money. Okay? Now, weight training. You do a hard cardio session for half an hour, you train with weights for an hour. Which one's going to burn more calories? Probably the cardiovascular session. But we're not looking at it like that, right? We're looking at it all the offsets from that weight training, okay? So when we are weight training, we're going to be supporting muscle tissue growth, and that is building up our metabolism, okay? We build up our metabolism over time. We can burn more fat at rest. We can consume more energy without any repercussions. We are also going to be building more reserve capacity for sugar, which allows us to be able to handle sugar at a much more effective rate. We are also going to become more insulin sensitive, which again is another sort of offshoot to regulating blood sugar levels better. We are going to increase these good type hormones like testosterone. Let me rephrase it. We are going to help balance our hormone levels much better, okay? So typically speaking, we are going to lower our estrogen levels and heighten our testosterone levels and growth hormone, naturally speaking. And this is going to help keep us more vibrant. It's going to help keep us younger. And when we look at things like biological age, we are going to be promoting some of these attributes of a younger biological age. That is more muscle mass, these higher elevations of hormones that are associated with younger people. We are also going to be increasing bone density, which again is serving as something that is only attributed to the younger population. That, well, I mean, obviously it can be attributed to the older population, but as we age, our bone density does start to decline. Also, we are improving things like reaction time. Okay, this goes down as we age, and this is really, really important. Reaction time, and not just reaction time, but also the time that it takes to initiate a force response. Okay, so your initiation of forces is going to be more efficient. Okay, we'll be able to produce force faster, and this is really important. For example, if you, I don't know, slip and you're about to fall, you can recover much faster than somebody who doesn't weight train. Okay, because you're constantly practicing force production. You're constantly working on your central nervous system and your peripheral nervous system, for that matter. You are basically engaging and practicing those neural pathways over and over and over again. So we're keeping them young and we're keeping them working. And also when we look at things like Alzheimer's and dementia and multiple sclerosis, these neurological diseases, we see the rates of these types of diseases lessen to a much greater degree in people who actually weight train. Okay, and it's hypothesized that it's due to the fact that we are doing something that's so nervous system demanding. Okay, so weight training hands down over cardio for overall health, and specifically we're talking about being lean, right? Weight training for leanness. Okay, cardiovascular is important, but we're just really burning energy. That's all we're doing. All right. As you get leaner, here's my advice to you. As you get leaner, focus more on that weight training. Okay. That is my general advice to you. If you have more body fat, if you're holding more body fat, you have more reserves to go through. You might as well do a little more cardio. That's not to say don't weight train. Keep the weight training up, but your amount of weight training to cardio would be higher, right? I would just do more cardio essentially. All right, but stick to the tenets of the challenge. Okay, message of the day. Don't slack, rather attack. Do not slack, rather attack. Now this is really important, and I'm going to talk about this tomorrow more about weight training. So it's a bit of a segue into tomorrow, but basically what I'm saying here is when you go to lift weights, you need to give it 100% on everything you do. Now that doesn't mean screaming and throwing stuff around. What that means is really focusing on the musculature at hand that you're using in an exercise and trying to exhaust the muscle as much as possible. So you can go in and you can do weight training, you can do lunges, you can do whatever movement. Let's use lunges as an example, and you can just haphazardly, go through it, fall down fast, get up, bend at the waist. Do everything you can in that exercise to make it as easy as possible, or you can do it in such a way where you come down slow, you're squeezing your glutes, you're squeezing your quads, you're keeping your midsection engaged, you're staying upright, you're going through each and every rep very, very concentrated and in a very methodical manner, and that is going to have a much different effect than what I just previously described with the poor way of doing lunges. Okay, so the way something is done is going to make a big difference. If you're going to paint a wall and you want to do it well, there's a big difference between just throwing paint on or just taking a brush and just going all over the wall versus actually, taping the wall and then painting it perfectly, right? Both of them are painting the wall, but it's going to look entirely different, right? It's the same thing with weight training. If you want to reap the rewards of the weight training session, you have to engage this. You have to put lots of effort into it. You can't just go through the motions. Going through the motions is going to be I don't even know what that's going to give you in return, but I'm going to say less than 50% over somebody who's doing putting in 100% into each and every weight training session, okay? 10 minutes, terrible. I'm ending it there. I'll talk more about it tomorrow. Submit and commit, you guys. Don't slack, rather attack, okay? Get in there and push the weights as hard as you can. I'll talk to you guys all soon. Hopefully you guys had a wonderful long weekend, and this Saturday I'm away, so we'll talk about that a little bit more. I will have a substitute. Still going to run on Saturday at 10:15 a.m. We'll talk to you guys all soon. See you guys.